Hey, big spenders. Woody says hi. And he needs to say bye. I just walked in the door. I had an early, for me, physical therapy appointment. So I thought, I'll actually do a video when I'm not in my pajamas. And once again, having to adjust my chair. And hey, hi, Woody. I guess we're just going to do this for 15 minutes. Hey. Yeah. I think he's still recovering from me being gone. Not the weekend. Part of the weekend. I was in Kansas City and Lawrence. How much can we pace? So much pacing. Yeah. I left here Thursday. CJ and I stayed in Kansas City. And we spent the bulk of Friday in Lawrence, Kansas, eating delicious food at Lady Bird Diner. And spending 3+ hours doing, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Doing spa stuff, which was much needed. I got home Saturday night, and this guy missed me. Hey, do we have to? And this is what he does. He just likes to... That would be his tail behind the phone stand. Oh my God. Seriously? Yeah. Woody says hi. This is why I travel. Oh, good. He's leaving. Woody, you are the reason I travel. I'm joking. I love that little man. He's my favorite, but I'm glad to see that he's getting distracted by other things. He's well rested today, apparently. Okay, now that I've fucked around for 3 minutes with my dumb cat. Oh, God, he's gonna go eat plastic. So the trip was great. My God, I have an adult child who's very much an adult and a good one. Oh, it was so great having that time with CJ, and they're almost done with college. They have a couple of weeks and one more year, and they'll have an undergraduate degree. Unreal to me. Oh my God. But yeah, we talked a lot. Talked about their classes. They're taking a class on the history of Kansas City jazz, which they've promised me a list of all the documentaries they've watched, and the copy of their book. He's eating a Ziploc bag of pills. Yeah. This is where we are. So, had a lot of talk about classes and the world. We did okay in Kansas. I had a talk before, as we were crossing in. It's like, I will try my best to not get pulled over for anything. And CJ said, well, if you do, you can use she, her pronouns for me. I'm like, okay, that it shouldn't come to that. It should not come to that, but that's where it is. Gotta tell, when we were leaving Lawrence, we were followed for a couple of miles by a police officer. I think it was just coincidental. But man, it's hard to not be on high alert. Uh, and it sucks. Nobody should have to live their life on high alert because they're afraid for their well-being, especially from people who in theory are supposed to serve and protect us. So luckily no issues there, but you know, it had to be discussed. It had to be, we had to come up with okay, so theoretically what if. It sucks. But Lawrence, of course, the places we went, Mud and Lotus and Ladybird Diner, are both extremely inclusive, and it was great. I want an anti-gravity chair for my house. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And now it's like looking at my calendar. It's like, okay, I got a couple of appointments this week. Actually, I just had one appointment. I had one yesterday. I had one today. I have one on Thursday. And the next week, a week from this Friday, I get on a plane. So we'll see how Southwest is doing with their whole customer of size assigned seat bullshit. Yesterday I used my travel agent tools to do some price comparisons, and it's actually significantly more expensive now to fly Southwest than it is to fly American or Delta. Yeah. So this might be my last flight on Southwest. And I'm primarily using Southwest because I had flight credits that I need to use. And I don't want to lose money that I'd spent on, I think it was when CJ and I were trying to go to Monterey back in the fall. Yeah, those flight credits need to be used. So, shopping for flights because I have an LA trip in a little over a month and I haven't booked a flight for it yet. So that's where I was comparison shopping, and it's looking like Delta's the way to go. Hope I'm right. I'm anxious about the customer of size stuff because I can't remember if I mentioned this or not. It's not something I talk about at length, other than I wrote an article about it for another Jane Pratt thing a few months ago. But I'm on a GLP-1 and I have lost a significant, I think there's been some scale fuckery. But I'm smaller than I was last time I flew. I don't know if I even need the customer of size policy anymore. So, I'm kind of winging it. I looked yesterday just out of cover my ass curiosity on what it would cost for this upcoming flight, which is to Hartford, Connecticut, and back. What it would cost to add a second ticket, which is what they're making their fat customers do now. My original flight was 300 something. Adding a second seat to it right now would have taken it over $1,000. No, not giving $1,000 to Southwest. Not for flights with layovers, and no. But yeah, I spent a couple hours tinkering with airline stuff yesterday, just getting a feel. And I know things are also more expensive because of Iran and our bullshittery there. It'll happen. It'll work. It's just different. Just trying to keep that in mind. It's different. But yeah, I'm getting excited. Because the travel that starts next week kicks off a month of Afghan Wigs shows around the country. And I'm excited. I'm going to go to a couple of cities that I haven't really seen before. I'm going to go back to Woodstock, which is a place I love and have not been nearly often enough. It's going to be good. And then, yeah, moving into summer stuff, and I've had some friends mention the possibility of New Orleans in the fall, and yeah, I might do that. I could maybe do some friendly travel, and yeah, I don't know. I'm a little dizzy and out of it because I just came from vestibular physical therapy, and yeah, it makes me dizzy. Did not have a lot of issues with such things during the Kansas City trip, other than the stuff at the spa. Oh my God. They're thinking, my physical therapist thinks a lot of my migraine issues are rooted in my neck muscles, and so, which are always super tight in my shoulders. And I did this jade roller massage table, and it like measures your spine from the base of your skull to your tailbone, and then bases its massage patterns on that. And holy shit, whew, it was painful the first couple of rounds, but I'm feeling better. I can tell a difference, and so I'm not as far along as I would have liked to be coming up on the Afghan Wigs travels, but that's okay. I'll do fine. I'll I'll just do it. I'll just go and I'll just do what I can, and that's how it works. And then I'll come home, and then I'll go to Cincinnati and Milwaukee and Chicago. I'll do what I can there, and then I'll come home. And then I go to Los Angeles. I realized yesterday in planning, getting my LA flights in order. I've got my hotel. I booked that a couple of months ago, and I booked my car a couple of months ago, and I had forgotten, because it's like I tend to just focus on the trip that's at hand. And then later figure out, okay, yeah. So now it's time to start figuring out the LA trip. It's like, oh my God, I didn't remember I have a full week. That trip is a full week. Like, oh my God, I get a full week in California. I am so excited. I am so happy. I cannot wait. I haven't been to LA since September. And I'm so excited to go. I love it this time of year, and I'm just ready to go. The shows are going to be excellent. In addition to the 2 Afghan Wig shows, I'm seeing Kevin Morby, and that's going to be fantastic. And I'm just ready. I am so ready to just go and be places and feel good while I'm there. So, yeah. Got a week and a half of getting myself psyched up. It's go time. It's also lunchtime. So, love you all. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Keep it coming if you can. So I can keep doing this, and I can keep writing, and oh my God, and so I could buy some therapy for this cat. Good God, I have to go see what he's doing. Bye.